So, I would be lying if I told you guys that I was not excited for this phone. And I think this phone right here, as many others have been saying, is pretty important for Apple, especially in like this time, like this year, with everything that's going around in the world. I'm pretty sure you guys are aware. Um, so this phone coming at its price range, which is amazing for what it has inside of it. This thing is pretty much a sleeper iPhone 11. You look at it, it's like, oh, haha, you got the iPhone 8. But in fact, this thing is technically more powerful than the iPhone 11 because of the smaller display. So the processor has to push a lot less pixels for it to run. So technically, you won't really notice it, but this is actually more powerful than the iPhone 11 and iPhone 11 Pro and Max. $400. I got this phone just a little bit ago. I filmed a unboxing, which I will show you guys in like a few seconds. And I have been playing around with it for a little bit. And man, let me tell you, I completely miss having a phone that is a true one-handed phone. Like if you compare this to the Galaxy S20 Ultra, it's it looks like it doesn't look right. It looks like something's off. This thing looks like a little kid's toy like you get at McDonald's, but it's actually awesome. So here's the unboxing. So as I've said before, the one-handed form factor of this phone is amazing. Battery life, I mean, I've only had it for like an hour. Actually, yeah, about a little over an hour. The battery life is like, it's kind of hard to judge right now because it was downloading all the applications that I've had. But yeah, you can pretty much see the percentage go down in real time. But I'll have to play around with it a little bit to really check out like exactly how good or how bad the battery life is. I mean, obviously, coming from an S20 Ultra or coming from, where is it? Coming from the iPhone 11 Pro Max, yeah, this battery isn't going to be great. But again, $400, $1,200, $1,500. So I can't really complain about the battery. I will also put up some quick examples of the camera on here compared to the camera on here and compared to the camera on here. And I'm not going to label which one is which because I think it'll be really interesting to see if majority of the people can figure out which one is the $400 phone with one single camera and which one is the $1,200-$1,300 phone, and then which one is the $1,500 phone. So right now, take a guess. Another thing I never thought I would miss it is actually the home button. The home button just kind of makes sense. I mean, don't get me wrong, I wish it did have swipe, but the home button is actually pretty comfy. It kind of, there was a lot more iPhones that had the button than the iPhones that didn't have the button. So if we being the people that have been using iPhone for a long time, ever since the first one, when you go back to the home button, it just feels a little more, it feels homey. It feels like it just belongs there, but it doesn't because it's old. But in terms of speed, in terms of performance, yeah, it's amazing. It's the A13 chip. This has the same chip inside as this phone right here. That just blows my mind. Now, the camera, it does not have night mode, which, let's be honest, they could have added it, but at the same time, let's also be honest. If this camera right here had night mode, had portrait mode, which works with not humans, because right now portrait mode on this phone only works if there's a human face or a human subject in the shot. If it pretty much did majority of the capabilities of this phone, then people wouldn't really get this phone unless they just wanted the form factor. But would you pay $1,300 to not have bezels? No, probably not. So that's why they had to make the iPhone 8 a little underwhelming, because if they made it too good, there would be no reason to get the iPhone 11. So it doesn't have night mode. Well, you know, that sucks, I'll be honest, but again, it's $400. But then again, the Pixel 3a is $400 as well, and it does have night mode. But then again, the processor isn't a flagship. See where I'm getting at? Pros and cons to everything. But yeah, so far I'm liking it. The screen's very tiny, a little claustrophobic. You know, I'm getting dizzy just looking at it because there's a lot of information on one screen. Yeah, I can definitely see that this phone is going to be selling amazing because, again, it's $400. And especially now in today's time, like I said, not many people want to spend $1,000 or plus on a phone. I mean, even the OnePlus is $800. Like, who thought of that? And Google is releasing the Pixel 4a coming very soon, hopefully, like I think next month. So I'm obviously going to be comparing this to the Pixel 4a in a future video. So if you guys are interested, definitely stick around for that. But that's pretty much it, guys. This phone is pretty cool. It's cool, man. Like, come on, you can't not enjoy a brand new $400 iPhone that has the same speed, same basically internals as the iPhone 11 Pro, just without Face ID and just without the advanced 3 setup camera, and that's pretty much it. And it just has big bezels, and that's it. It's pretty much an iPhone 11. Oh, and did I mention this thing has freaking wireless charging? That's amazing. The Pixel 3a doesn't have that. We'll see if the Pixel 4a does, but I highly doubt that. So yeah, again, that's pretty much it. If you guys want future videos on this phone, definitely subscribe, like the video so I know that you guys are interested. And this was Mark from Mark's Tech. Adios.